Rolling. The camera didn't switch up and down the fingers. And into the palm. And the pads of the pinky. And the thumb. And across the knuckles. And we'll leave it in the palm of the hand, interlace the fingers and squeeze. And release and squeeze. And release and squeeze. And release. And today, let's bounce the ball or throw it up in the air if you can't bounce, because somebody will get angry below you. Switching heights and speeds and hands and directions. 3, 2, 1. Leave it on the floor, assist the feet. And stepping the ball right in the middle of the foot, pressing down 3 times. Move it up to the knuckles. Roll across the knuckles. To the middle of the foot and wiggle the toes. Bring it to the crease between the knuckles and the toes and crunch the toes into the ball. Release and separate. Press the toes into the ball again. Middle of the foot, wiggle the toes. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, release, reassess. Take the ball to the middle of the foot again and press down 3 times. Knuckles. Slide across the knuckles. Middle of the foot and wiggle. Press the toes into the ball. Separate. Press. Wiggle. And scribble. Three, 2, 1, release, get the ball out of the way, reassess, and let's do 12. Good mornings, hinging at the waist, keeping the spine nice and straight and neutral, head back. And shake the tree. 3, 2, 1, center. Twist at the waist, swing the arms. And center with some ocean wave breathing. Fingers and thumb at the base of the spine, step to one side, gather in starlight. And center, same thing in the other direction. And center. Let's walk, march, or jog. And come shove it back. Do some jogging. Not. Let's see, today we're doing back pushes for minute routine, which does involve a lot of rapid squats. So don't do any squats now. Do it with or without weights, of course. And we've got some rolling in the after class. Maybe I'll hop on my toes here. Get the heart rate going, do whatever feels right for you, including exactly what you're doing. Be safe. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 2. 16, 17. And 30. 2 deep breaths. Interlace the fingers, raise the hands up over the head, and reach for the sky. Come down if you're on your toes, bend back if you can. And come back to center. Lean to one side. And then the other. Back to center, lower your hands to your chest, then press out. And then come down. Interlace the fingers behind the back and raise the hands up. A little higher. Come on down and shrug. And roll back. Form a W, squeeze the shoulder blades together and hold. And release, squeeze. And release. Extend the arms and rotate. Other direction. One palm down, one up, flip flop. Bring one arm across the body, press in at the elbow. Then the other arm. First arm behind the back, pressing down and in. Then the other. Go at both elbows and rock side to side. Extend one arm, fingers up, pull back. Fingers down. And flop at the wrist. Wiggling the fingers and making a fist, and wiggling and making a fist. Same thing on the other hand. Up. Fingers down. And flopped. And let's grab a stick. No, let's not. Let's not. Let's do a side lunge first. We're going to do GymStick routine, and we'll do the hamstrings. Let's go to the other side. And calves with GymStick, but we don't want to neglect the adductors here. And come on up. And now let's grab stick. So we'll start by putting it in the crook of the elbows and twisting at the waist. And then bring the stick up overhead and rock it side to side. Then bring it behind the legs, right above the knees. Bring your hands in front between the knees. Hinge at the waist and pull up. Keep your head back. And then bring the stick out in front in the middle. Step away, keep your hands near or at the top. Hinge at the waist and stretch your shoulders. Bring the stick across the body with one hand. The other hand comes up underneath the armpit. Grab the shoulder, hinge at the waist, tug at the shoulder. And then bring the stick to the other side with one hand and do the same. Come on up, bring the stick to the side of one of the feet. Top hand presses away as the bottom hand pulls in, hinging slightly at the waist. Same thing on the other side. Bring the stick in front of one foot. Bring that foot about 6 inches away. Rest the stick against your collarbone. Slide your hands down the stick. Raise the sole of your foot. And to increase the stretch on the hamstring, wiggle it back and forth. Keep your spine straight and neutral. Your head back. And come back. Same thing on the other side. And come back. Bring the first foot to the stick and rest the sole against the stick and press. Stretch the calf. And then the other foot. And bring the first foot into a 90-degree position. Back foot you're on your balls of your feet, stretching the hip flexors as you lower your body. And switch the position of the feet. Come on up. Grab one foot by the shin, ankle, or toes, and stretch the quads. And then the other foot. Bring one foot in front. Press the knee towards the back. Hinge at the waist. Stretch the glutes. And switch hands with the stick. Get the other foot up in front. Knee back. Slight hinge at the waist. Head back. And come on up. Stick down. We're going to do a breathing exercise here this week because it's an energizing breath that stimulates the sympathetic nervous system, the fight or flight response, getting the blood to those muscles before we do our exercise. So I picked this up from a guy named Lucas Rockwood who did a TED talk on 3 different breaths, 2 of them calming basically, but this one is the energizing breath. He calls it the coffee breath, I believe. Coffee? Yeah, coffee breathing. So what you do is exhale rapidly through the nose. You don't even inhale. It's like a sneeze. Let me get a little closer to the camera here to start this. And you're going to do it 20 times. So it's your shoulders are relaxed. It's all really in the core, in the lower abdomen that you're exhaling. So it's, and we're going to do 20 of those, take a couple of normal breaths, another 20, a couple of normal breaths, and another 20, and a couple of normal breaths. And then we'll get to exercising. If you're ready, I will count with my fingers. Ready? That's 20. Take some breaths. Twenty more. And stop. And 20 more. And suppress. So we should be pumped up by now. If you're going to use weights, grab them. Doing the Zach Bush routine, starting with, let's do 10 squats. We'll increase as we go along. You can do chair squats if you like. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10, and then some hand raises. And around the clock. Through the middle if you want. I think this is 10 here. And finally some presses. And then take some relaxing breaths. This time I'm going to start with the hand raises and then do the squats second. And we'll go just a little bit faster than last time. All right, ready? Hand raises. And squats. Around the clock, I'm going to go through the middle. And presses. And resting. Some nice breaths. One more round. This time we'll do hand raises, around the clock, squats, and then presses. All right, let's go. Even a little bit faster. Squats. And finally some presses. And that's it. Excellent. Let's rub our hands together. Cultivating chi. And forming a chi ball. And centering. 2 breaths. And let's open our hearts. Pause and let it go. Centering. Bring down heavenly chi. Go down, we'll gather up earth chi. And namaste.
Thank you, Tom.
Hey, you're welcome, Nina. Have a good one.
Thanks, Tom.
Mira, take care.
Thanks, Tom.
Art.
Thank you,
Paul.
sir.
Yep. Marlene, Bill, take care.
Tom,
Hey, Don.
Tom, we didn't schedule 12 o'clock today, did we? For
We
anything?
didn't.
Good,
No.
okay. I can't do it anyway because my card's broken.
Oh, okay.
I'll fix it up.
All right.
Okay, I'll speak. Thank you.
Okay. All right. For all of you hanging around, we've got some rolling to do. And surprise, surprise, we're not going to get down on the ground for the first one. We're going to take a ball and we're going to do those trapezius and upper deltoids that we've been doing in the stretching by massaging with the ball against the wall. So take your ball and find the wall. And maybe I should switch that camera. Lean the ball against the upper trapezius in the back there on one side. And just roll around, looking for a particularly tender spot, and then leaning into it and breathing into it. Maybe moving your arm around a little to move the muscle over the arm, over the muscle, move the muscle over the ball. Woo. It's Monday. And then move the ball to the rear deltoid, back of the arm there up the top. Same thing, move it around, press in. And move your arm around as you find that spot you want to rest it at. And then let's go to the trapezius on the other side. Roll the ball around, massaging the whole area, looking for that one spot you want to focus on. When you find it, lean into it, giving as much pressure as is certainly tolerable. Not a torture. And move your arm. And 3, 2, 1. Let's go to the rear deltoid on that side. Same thing. And I'm pressing in. Moving the arm around a little bit. Wall is stationary. Taking a deep breath. And releasing. All right, let's grab a roller. And I'll meet you on the floor. I'm going to put the roller under the hips and lean back. And then we're going to bring the knees up towards the chest, not as far back as you can go. Probably about the knees are equal with the roller. Lean to one side and rotate your knees 8 times in one direction and then 8 times in the other. And then lean towards the other side, adjusting the roller if you have to, and do 8 and 8 again. And then bring the roller to the middle and your knees to the middle, I should say. And do 8 figure eights with your knees. And you want to start going in one direction for 4 of them and then go in the other direction for the other 4, if you can figure that out. Then make sure the roller's snug underneath you. Raise your feet up and point your toes towards your shins and then away 10 times. And then keep them up there and rotate your ankles in one direction 5 times. And then 5 times the other way. And come on down. Come on up. And we'll call it a day. Everybody good?
Very good, Tom. Thank you.
You're welcome, Richard. And good morning and have a great walk today. Yeah. Jonathan, Maureen.
Thanks.
Take care,
You're
T.
welcome. Take care.